I got a job at T-Mobile. Just kidding. I just wrote my very first offer today. Oh yeah, big time stuff. Big timer over here. This T-Mobile gear is actually from Goodwill. I thought it would be a little prank to pull on the channel. I didn't do my intro. Hi, I'm Brayden Help. Welcome to Real Episode 6. Yes, I got my first offer sent today. Super exciting stuff. I just could not be more excited. It is a relief, almost. I think a relief is a good word for what it makes me feel. Yeah, and the offer is with my good friend that has been popping up in these videos periodically. He is the first one I've ever submitted an offer for. So, feeling good, feeling great. And now we can get into the week review. So, last Wednesday, I took a guy that I know very well to look at the flip property that I've been working on for a little bit to see if me and him could knock out some yard work together. I'm not too sure if we are going to be doing it. It might just be too much. I went to help out the youth group at church, and I'm the best youth leader this nation's ever seen, some may say.
The greatest church MC's ever doing. That's right.
We do know how to have some fun, that's for sure. That brings us to Thursday. I looked at the MLS some more, which is where, listings go, and that's where they live. Looked at the MLS. Didn't find any flip opportunities for this time around. This video is a little weird. I'm going through this week, but I've kind of spoiled the fun of it. A lot of last week was a lot of build up towards today and the offer being sent. So that's kind of what we're looking at. But I did go look at a property with my good friend. So the property that he called on Thursday was one that you'd have to submit and write an offer before seeing it, so sight unseen. And we were thinking about it, and we didn't do it. He didn't feel like that was the right move to do, which is fine because we ended up in a very perfect spot. Thursday, I also put up my very first listing, which was super exciting. I made a little hype video for that on my social medias. I was also able to speak to the broker in charge, Christy, to help me out with the paperwork for the listing and all that fun stuff. There is so much paperwork. And then obviously, I had to get groceries sometime this week, so Thursday, late in the afternoon, me and Landon went to go get groceries. So now we're all stocked up, and actually, I think all I have right now is a couple Baja Blast and stuff to make tacos for dinner, so we got to go back pretty soon. That brings us to Friday. Actually was a rough day for me personally. I just have some things that goes on in my noggin every now and then. So on Friday, I had a little bit of a video I recorded just talking about it, so I'll play that. I don't normally like to come on here and talk about emotions or anything. I'm not really ready, not shaved or anything, but today is Friday, and it just is like it's just been one of those days. I don't like to talk about mental health and make it an excuse for anything, but I do feel like if I'm gonna be real, then I have to show the nasties of it. I do have crazy anxiety. Like there's no reason. I don't have a reason for me to go out and just be anxious. I just am. It's so weird. Even when I would go to school, I loved school. I loved talking to people. I loved everybody there. I just was unable to function properly. And today is one of those days. It's so bad. I don't have any reason to be anxious. I don't know why. I never know the reason behind it. But it makes me physically ill once a week at least. I don't want to use something that I have a problem and a struggle with and it be an excuse to not work. But maybe me talking about it out loud on here and and just having it will be good. I had to just let it all go away and flow over. But yeah, today has been one of those days. All right, I got to get started on work. I'm behind. But don't worry, future me will continue the week review. But later on Friday, after I was able to get over all of that stuff, my first listing did go live. So it went live on Friday. Hype video went live on Friday. And that was a very exciting time. Big mile marker in this career. That brings us to Saturday. I was supposed to be on the phones this weekend. There have been some things, mostly on my fault. It's so difficult to explain. It's kind of like, because I am the boss's son, which I really don't like to talk about that. I don't want it to be treated differently at all. Because of that reason, there's just a lot of miscommunication. People don't want to step on his toes and all a bunch of other stuff. We got it all figured out. Like, everything's cool now, and no one was angry at each other or anything, but there were just some communication things that we all had to figure out together, and we did. So that's good. That's also very, very a positive thing for this week. Also on Saturday, though, just to continue off of what I did, I got in contact with the top performers of our team, and I asked them for some tips and tricks to try to better my business and what I can do better. And I got a lot of really, really good things from both of them. So super pumped to try out those new methods in the very near future. After Saturday is Sunday. Went to church. That was also when all of my friends were posting, their first move-in days and all that stuff with college, and they look like they're having a lot of fun, and I honestly feel a little tiny left out. The next day is Monday, was when stuff went down. The first thing I did during the day was show my good friend 2 homes. We saw 2 houses, and one of those he sent an offer on today, and that was freaking awesome. We went to go see those houses. We were talking about submitting offers. We were thinking about maybe doing it on both of them, but as stuff developed later in the day, we kind of just decided that one would be best, and his wife was only wanting to invest in one, and I said, you should listen to your wife before you listen to me. After we did those showings, though, at 12 o'clock, I had a meeting with the head honcho to kind of hammer out some stuff from Saturday and figure out what had gone wrong and how to fix it, how to fix my numbers now, and all that jazz. There's actually like a lot of stuff with being on Zillow team, and you get a report is one of those things. If you can see here, I don't know if I can actually show this, but a lot of it is in the green. I got a lot of good things going for me. The only thing that's in the red is conversion rate. So our next step is trying to figure out what is that one piece or whatever it is that's not clicking, because everything else is super good, very good numbers. That is that. I also got to talk again with Christy on Monday. She showed me a couple more documents. And they're both a really big help, and I appreciate them so much. They are the best. Ashley's not so scary anymore, even though that's the head honcho. Ashley is the head honcho. That's my nickname for her. She was the one I was crapping my pants over. We're getting somewhere. Every time we're getting a little bit better, which is good, which is very, very, very good. And then that brings us to Tuesday. Tuesday is when I have spent a majority of the day completing the homework that Ashley gave me, and also writing that offer up. That's right, today's episode is actually filmed on Tuesday. Wednesday I am absolutely slammed. I'm getting back on the phones. So this episode was filmed on a Tuesday. So yes, majority of today, Tuesday, I was writing that offer, submitting that offer, and we will see what happens from there. And hopefully I'll be able to give an update in the next episode. This is outside of the week review. This is just a little bit of me just talking. There's a stigma and stereotype with the boss's kid that they may get things handed to them. In all honesty, especially in my case, I can't speak for everybody, but I can say in my case that it has come with more challenges than benefits. I 100% believe that I have maybe a slim advantage in some areas, but there are probably bigger disadvantages than people realize. For example, the miscommunication level has been just now handled, which is no one's fault other than my own, but it mostly comes from people not wanting to step on the boss's toes. And obviously, no one wants to upset the boss's kid. That's not fun. You know, it's the whole thing. So it's just tricky. It's kind of tricky because people don't know what he's coaching me on, and he doesn't know what they're coaching me on. So, you know, just miscommunication has been big. But I feel like I have to talk about it on here because this is real, and this has like been an ongoing struggle throughout the whole process. I don't want any special treatment. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I feel it's such a weird and awkward topic to talk about. I don't want to be treated differently because of who my dad is. I want to be me. You know, I want to be treated like I wanted to be treated like everybody else. I don't want anyone to really show me special treatment. I don't like that personally, but I don't know. Maybe this all doesn't make sense and it's all a bunch of gibberish and nonsense. But I also don't want to come across like a spoiled brat. Regardless, this is something that I feel like that should have been talked about. This is a long episode. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is when I first thought about joining real estate and doing real estate, I 100% thought I was going to crush it and be the best realtor to ever exist. And let me tell you, I have never been so humbled so quickly and so fast in my entire life. And I've had a thing about being humble. I can be very prideful at times and an ego especially. And I 100 billion% firmly believe that this is a wake-up call from God. I do think that, and I think that this is God humbling me. I've never ever been more humbled in a scenario and in a situation in my entire life. So it's working. He's humbling me, that's for sure. So my weekend review, obviously massive milestones. Time to give it that rating. Man, I would not say it's my best week ever. It's not gonna have the highest rating, only because Friday was such a bummer the first half. But you know what? I'll give it a nice 8. I'll give it an 8. A lot of milestones. It's been great. 8 houses out of 10. Thank you everybody so much for watching these videos, liking, subscribing, commenting, all that fun stuff. I appreciate it all. If you need help buying or selling a house, please feel free to email my email in the description. I will send you more of my information and we can get the ball rolling. Thank you guys so much for watching Real Episode 6. I can't wait to update you guys on everything next week.